right, so actually, right, UTAR, we have two campuses, all right, one is in this Kampa, Perak, and one more is in this Sungai Long, Selangor, all right. Actually, our main campus is in Kampa, okay. So for this international business degree program conducted at Sungai Long campus under Faculty of Accountancy and Management. All right. So a part of this accounting program, accounting, business, and economic, the other area of study in UTAR involve actuarial science, mathematics and process management, agricultural and food science, art, social science and education, Chinese study, creative industry and design, engineering, technology and built environment, information and communication technology, life and physical science, and also medicine and health sciences. All right. So for the further details on the program, you may visit the study website, okay, study.utar.edu.my, okay, and click the program name, or you can scan the QR code in your screen right now to go through the website. All right. Okay. Actually, right, there is a chat logo in your left hand side when you go through this website. Okay, so you can click that chat, then you can live chat with our counselor, program counselor, all right, to know more detail on the program. Okay. Okay. For the student who have the SPM or equivalents, all right, UTAR offer foundation program, okay, for 1 year duration. So after completed this foundation, student may enter to the bachelor degree directly, okay, and continue to have a master and also PhD, okay. So you can refer to this slide right now. Okay, start from the SPM and equivalent, proceed to the foundation, bachelor degree, and also master, PhD, or professional. All right, and the intake for this program, basically 1 year we have 3 intake: January, May, and September. Okay, same as those have a diploma or UEC or STPM or equivalents, student also may proceed directly to bachelor degree. All right. Of course, you need to meet the entry requirement. Okay. Okay. Without wasting time, I would like to go to the sharing session. Okay. So I would like to invite the chairperson of UTAR International Business Society, Miss Ming Yi, and also the vice chairperson, Miss Priscilla Joyce. Okay, so both of them actually are currently studying bachelor degree in international business. Okay, hi, Miss Priscilla and Ming Yi. How are you?
Hi, Miss Laila.
Hi. All right. So I think we directly go to the sharing session.
Sure.
Okay. All right. So Priscilla and also Ming Yi, could you introduce yourself and share with us your background of your secondary school, okay, and whether you are in art stream or science stream, okay, and then do you guys facing any difficulties or not during your Form 5, okay, before you stepping out from your secondary school? Okay, and also maybe you can also maybe let us know any problem, okay, for you to choose the right program once you all complete the SPM. So okay, like maybe you have a problem to choose which program you interested, okay, and then end up how you make the decision and enter this university. Okay, so maybe we go with Priscilla first to share. All right.
Okay, hello everyone. I am Priscilla. I'm currently doing my bachelor's in international business at UTAR Sungai Long campus. So currently I'm year 3, semester 2. Okay, so according to Miss Leila's question, after my PT3, I was actually fully entered into a science stream for my Form 4. So science stream, which is, they have biophysics and chemistry and everything. Okay, but then I my journey during Form 4 and Form 5 wasn't that great. I probably felt like I didn't fit in science stream class. I probably wasn't a science student. But I was already in. There's not like backing out during Form 4, Form 5. So I just continued. But most of the time I didn't feel, like I was constantly feeling demotivated or wasn't happy with my results. And my friends, like the group of friends which I had, was someone who were good at scoring science subjects. I was okay with the subject thrust. Okay, only the physics, chemistry, bio, and maths was my problem. So then I'm like, among this process going on during my SPM, obviously all of our, parents and friends will start to discuss about our tertiary studies, like what are you going to continue after your SPM, what are you going to do. I was already so, lost during my SPM, and then I couldn't really think about what to continue after SPM. So I was like, I think we should wait first. Let me just, focus on my SPM. I want to score. But then I was pretty sure that I didn't want to continue in science. I wanted to continue in business or maybe arts or computer, but I had like no definite answer to myself. And then once I was done with my SPM, my results was 3 A's. Again, I wasn't that happy because I felt like the efforts I put was too much. And even though I was quite disappointed, but I would say that I was happy that my parents were really supportive. They weren't like the typical parents, you have to continue what I want you to do and why you scored so low. They weren't really discriminating me. They saw my efforts, as long as you studied and you put your hard work, whatever results you get, just accept it happily. There's nothing to regret because you really continue your studies better, your tertiary studies. And then after that, I and my dad discussed for a few days, and then we decided to go with business because business is quite wide. You will how to say, touch few scope. Then I went to UTAR because UTAR was quite near to my place, near to my house, and I knew UTAR since I was young because it was near to my place. I was familiar with UTAR. So we went there, and then the academic, the moment you go, there will be a counselor to give you consultation on what program you want to choose and how you're going to, proceed with your degree and etc. So once I and my dad, had a consultation with them, we decided to go with international business. And that time my qualification was only SPM, like I mentioned before. So I had to do foundation 1 year, foundation in arts, which is under Faculty of Accountancy and Management as well. It's good that I take foundation 1 year, because my Form 4 and Form 5 background was fully science, so I had no basics in accounts or economics, nothing. So the foundation definitely helped me with the basics. So yeah, that's how I went in. You can, yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Prinsila. Yeah, Mindy, you can continue. Maybe you can share your part.
Okay, sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Mingy. I'm the Year 3 Sem 1 student of IB students and in UTAR Sungai Long campus. So for the question just now to asking, for me, in Form 5, I was an art stream student with study account and trade, which is the perdagangan in Bahasa Malaysia, Melayu. Okay, before starting out of the secondary school, what difficult that I'm facing is that I think it's a confused and struggling where to continue at uni, college, Form 6. So, but I was sure that I interested to study mass communications program. Just simple thinkings. I don't want to sit on the office for a working staff. Other than how to make the decisions, study in UTAR. Before going to UTAR, I was selected to study at research some college due to the course that I'm interested, which is a mass comm program. However, there are some reasons that causes me to reject these options after tour visited from there. And when I discussed with my parents, they suggest UTAR. And my parents say that my cousin sisters will study and graduate from UTAR is very good. Even my parents and I did not clear that what difference between diploma, foundations, Form 6, and so on. Then I get consult with my cousin sisters, my friends, and UTAR staff from the divisions of program promotions at the KB block, ground floor, I think. After consultations, due to my English subject in SPM result, it does not meet the entries requirements. And I also don't want to waste 1 more years waiting for my for the SPM periods and preparing to retake the English subject, so that to reach the UTAR requirements before intake starts, I should take the programs which call English Enhancements Program from the Center of Extensions Education's abbreviations as CEE in UTAR Sungai Long. So then, luckily, I will pass it.
Okay, understand that when you enter this university, the environment is changed. The environment is different. So yeah, maybe Priscilla, could you like share with us any awkward or funny things that happened to you when you are in the first semester in UTAR?
Okay, sure, Miss. Okay, so first, you definitely will have awkward moments the moment you enter, because it's a new environment. You have to get used to it, and we are so used to schooling. Now we were in school for like 6 years, 5 to 6 years, then suddenly you have to go to university. Like no rules, to wear uniform. There were pros and many pros. So the moment I entered, first I would say orientation was really good for me. And back then there was no pandemic restrictions for us. Good for me. So like 1 week orientation, the facilitators were quite friendly, and we had to spend like 12 hours at UTAR actually. I will go 9 a.m. at morning and come back 9 p.m. at night. So I was really familiar with the location, familiar with the people, and I made friends that 1 week. Okay, then once my orientation was done, the moment I entered, reality lecture, tutorial classes, okay, again, I was a little shy, little introvert back, was scared to make friends. But then I feel like, on the floor, you will start making friends, because everyone will be like you. All of you will try to find friends. So no one's going to ignore you or avoid you, You might just make friends with the person who sit next to you. It was that simple. And my embarrassing moment was, I definitely entered the wrong lecture class once. And basically at UTAR, we will have lecture numbers stick outside our lecture classroom. For example, like KB 101 or KB 102, and that's how you will get your timetable. But still, I messed it up. I entered the wrong classroom. And then after a while, I realized these are not the students which I always sit with every week. You'll get familiar with your class, because you will know the students you sit with every week. You will know the faces, and you obviously will know the lecturer as well. So after like 10, 15 minutes, I realized this is not my classroom. But then they were not laughing so bad at me. Probably a lot of them have done it before as well. Besides that, when it comes to the uni hours, I would say I prefer uni hours more than school hours. Even though the classes were longer, until 4 or 5 sometimes. I think maximum foundation it went for me 5:30, and then degree also maximum 6, I would say, for me. So it was fine, because you will have like 1 or 2 hours break for a lunch break, sometimes break for tea time, and after like first semester you can pick your own timetable. So it depends on how you want to set your classes also as well. So because of that, you will get a free time to go and just hang out with your friends and mama cafes and finish up your last minute assignments or tutorials. So it wasn't really packed up. So yeah, that was my experience.
What about Minyi? Anything to share?
Sure. To be honest, before stepping into the universities or college, I felt that I don't want to go to the same university with my middle school friends, and I hope to enter a new place and meet new faces. Maybe you will be wondering why I have these ideas. So let's say if you step into a new and unfamiliar place with your friends, would you be more dependent on the time spent with each other? Or in contrast, if only you step into a new and unfamiliar place to learn how to take initiative, try to communicate and make new friends. So which one you will be more preferred? Here's no right or wrong with your choice. It's just my personal thoughts only. So if asked me, obviously I will select second ones, which is good for me to explore a new place, new environment, and have a good it's a great opportunity to expand my social cycle, connections, and independent growth. So during the foundations, I will avoid their conversations about SPM result because I don't have an A, and even received someone mocking me in the study group. So, and I started to doubt myself. It seems like I shouldn't enter universities. So I was informed that I have never taken this subject, which means I didn't have the basic knowledge of the subject. For example, maths. So, and I'm not a smart student. At, at the time, it's a challenge that I'm facing due to without basic knowledge and poor in learning. So, but it's a normal. Don't be too depressed and stress yourself. And that is why we have a study group for enjoy, learn, and improve naturally together. So I'm fortunate enough and appreciate to meet a gang of friends who are willing to help me meet the right friends. When have questions, can ask them, ask help from them. And now I'm more comfortable and confident with myself.
Actually, no worries, Mindy. You still can climb up the staircase and nobody will stop you, all right? So actually, like, I don't know whether before you all enter to UTAR, how could you share, like, how do you know UTAR? And then what is your first impression of UTAR? So yeah, any one of you, you can start first. Priscilla or Mindy, any one of you can start to share.
Right. So like I mentioned earlier, because I was staying around UTAR, so I knew UTAR since I was young. Okay, the campus were quite familiar with me, and also I've seen UTAR buses around my housing area, like to go to BMC Mall, Bukit Dukung. So the first choice why I chose UTAR was because of the strategic location. In that moment, I had some commitments where I couldn't really go far away from home, and I had, I wanted to choose a university where I could travel to every day. So that's why I went with UTAR. And second, because obviously because it was nearby, I could cut my expenses. It was I saved my cost. And then third, UTAR was a very good university in that moment with good ranking, and also their fee were quite affordable compared to other private universities where I was looking, my options nearby. So that's why I went to UTAR, and it was quite convenient. Like even though like in that moment I had no car or like transportation problems, UTAR bus was just have to follow their schedule and you can get a UTAR on time. So that's why I chose UTAR.
Okay, what about you, Mingyi? How do you know UTAR, and then what is your first impression of UTAR?
My first impressions of UTAR, I think, when I was look into the tuition fees, I was feel like, oh, it's really affordable compared to others. I just worry that it's a quality of education. Is it good? That's what the questions in my mind. I started to do some research on UTAR in social media. I found the ranking of UTAR, and it was really impresses me. Talking about the qualities of the educations, a part of academic, UTAR also have offered the soft skills. So all students of the universities are strongly encouraged to join the USSDC program because it is a record of the student achievements and effort to improve their soft skill and life skills in UTAR. So if we have gained 100 points, let's say I think it's a minimum of the 10 points from each core components, we will be awarded USSDC certificate. The examples areas of the soft skills and life skills are the communications and language skills, critical thinking, leadership skills, cultural intelligence and teamwork, lifelong learning, information management, and so on. That's one I was mainly focus on this soft skill because in our future, in workplace, we will going to use.
Oh, okay. Minyi, I'm just curious, when you become the chairman in this international business society, is it in your current degree program or starting first sem? Could you share with us?
I think you can say that last semester, initially it's IBG society, but we have dissolved IBG society from IBG society. Now it's IB society recently.
And then Priscilla as a vice chairperson, right? Is it also before you enter degree, you are become the chairperson, I mean, vice chairperson, or you when you are in degree?
During my degree, actually, like year 2, I applied to, join IBJ Society, like she said. And then after May only, I get to know that it was IB Society, it was completed. Yeah, and that's how I became the vice chairperson. The process is more like, actually during the AGM of IB Society, I was doing my internship. So I couldn't really I joined AGM and etc. like all the meetings, but I wasn't really sure that I could manage, being one of the EXO members while managing my year 3, because after that I was supposed to continue with the final year project. And then after a few meetings, I saw Yimingi, the chairperson. She was like, okay, we still have vice chairperson is available. If you guys want to volunteer, can come and, text her and ask her for the details. And then I was familiar, like I knew her. Then I was thinking, she also year 3 and she can be a chairperson. Why not, I go and try. So I texted her and I asked her. And then she was saying, it's possible to still be an EXO member. And was explaining all my responsibilities and my roles. So I was like, okay, why not? And also, like she mentioned earlier, it's important to have your soft skill points before you graduate. I mean, besides academic, when we go to workplace, one thing they would like to see is how we communicate, how we manage a team, how we can, do we have like a leadership in us? So that's all important core points that they see in us to work in their company. So that is why that's how I became the vice chairperson.
For
Okay,
me, because I think that IB Society might learn more some things to acquire my soft skills, experience, knowledge in the universities and workplace. So during the EAGM, my friends recommend me to invoke me as the chairperson of IB Society. So before that, I also have assumed that if I became the chairman, I just worried that my studies, same as Priscilla just now, we are year 3 students, will be affected or because it's my 3rd year and I will need to focus more on my FYP also. So however, think from another angle, as an entrepreneur or businessman, they are also busy doing so many things. So, but they are managed well. So by accepting this offer, it's giving me, a good opportunities to learn how to manage time, how to lead, and so on. So the challenge that I face with, which is due to our society newly established after dissolution from the IBG society, recently, the following up matters of the club society needs to be discussed with the teams and reorganized. So not only that, for the current pandemic situations, all meetings and activities with my committee teams and society members will online virtuals only. Across the screen, the temperatures have dropped drastically and everyone social metals have gradually become passive. So hence, we are now in progress to improve our IB society and facing these challenges.
Yeah, when Minnie say about challenges, I also would like to say the challenges I faced as a vice chairperson is definitely communication right now, because it's not same as I mean, virtual communication is happening, like that's what we're doing right now. It's still sufficient enough, but when you want to plan and conduct meetings, conduct events, you will have a lot of things to do, a lot of planning. You have to divide the group, you have to discuss about from finance wise, from who's going to edit the posters, who's going to plan the game, and a lot of departments. So it's always easier to meet in person, so we can can spend even more time. And another thing is internet connectivity. Internet always unstable. When we want to do meeting, the internet will be unstable. So that's like one of the quite a challenge we have been facing. But then I believe soon, probably next year or something, like I could meet Minnie in person and we can discuss things regarding our society in person. I would love to.
Yeah, true. So I don't know whether currently, could you share what are the activity that you all have done in this society? I mean, maybe, I don't know, whether even during pandemic or before pandemic, is there any like activity you all have done before?
For the past event that we have done is in October, which is the logo and t-shirts design contest. After that, we will planning upcoming event, which is the fundraising event in next year.
I see, I see. Yeah, I think this kind of activity could help you also, right? What's it called? To help you to maybe knowledge about your knowledge, add your knowledge, all right? To maybe conduct activity, conduct an event, right? So yeah, any advice for Form 4 and Form 5 student currently? Yeah, maybe you all have any advice for them, like, you know, how can help them to make decision, all those things. Yeah, maybe Priscilla, could you start first?
Okay, my first advice would be do not underestimate or misjudge your capabilities. You know, like life in university, like the education system in university, it has a difference compared to our school life. So maybe you could feel like you don't fit in your school. Maybe you could feel like I chose the wrong path, like, you know, wrong stream or something. But then when you come to university, it's different. And university lecturers do not like discriminate you, like, oh, you are smart, I talk to you. Oh, you don't know how to do this, I don't talk to you. It's not like that. Lecturers treat you super equally, and you wouldn't feel like, oh, I didn't score than my friends. You won't feel discrimination in university, trust me. That was one of my fear when I ended foundation. I was afraid that, oh, maybe I wouldn't feel like fitting again. Like, you know, like Carrie said, like she was scared also, like because of our past results, because of our past experience in school. But then I didn't, like, until now, I'm going to like almost end my degree next year. Like say April, I'll be finishing my degree. I'm so glad. I have never felt like, you know, I don't fit in, or best word to use is like, you know, not feeling smart. And it's not like I'm 4 flat student for every semester, but you still will be able to learn, you will still be able to grow in a positive environment. So do not misjudge your capabilities. And if you're a good, smart student, you just go for it. Okay, my advice to SPM is study smart, you know, put whatever efforts you have to put. Just focus on SPM for now. Okay, do not think about linking your SPM with your tertiary studies, or don't make it complicated. Finish your SPM peacefully and successfully, and whatever results you get after that, accept it happily. You still can pursue your dreams or whatever you want to pursue in your tertiary studies. And also, you know, before this pandemic hits, we all know every year, okay, during SPM results release, at least one student will, you know, commit suicide because they're not happy with their results. And this pandemic definitely shows us a lesson that who is now focusing on SPM a lot. All of us are trying to save our lives. We're not going to school. You know, my time SPM was so packed. Like we will have continuously seminars for 4 to 5 hours. My tuition teacher will be teaching until 12. I had like Buku Ramalan, Solar Ramalan. Like I was drained, you know. But now my brother is actually sitting for SPM and he's so chill because, you know, still also he went to school and then like one positive case and then today he didn't go to school. Like pandemic is definitely limiting the time you guys, you know, study or whatsoever. So just focus and study hard, and you have a life after SPM. So yeah, just be positive and have good self-esteem. That's my advice.
Mingji, what about you? Any advice for the current Form 4, Form 5 students?
Okay, my advice is, I personally think that the grades and studies are important, but the mentalities is also very important because according to the research in this year, Malaysian students have higher levels of the mental health problems, depressions, anxieties, and stress. So try to balance your mentality and focus a bit and try to explore more, understand yourself, expand skills and value in your universities. If you feel confused and don't panic, start to create your dream board. Here is suggestions. Rethink and organize what you need. What are you going to do? And what should you do? So remember the important point here, which is remember there are many resources around you to help you. You are not alone. Keep ask help from your families, friends, tutors, your AA. Lastly, I would wish to you all is good luck and good wishes in your exam and future. That's all from my part.
Yeah, actually, right. I think I just add a bit lah. I think also Form 3 student, currently you need to decide already which stream that you would like to go. All right, this is just like advice for even like if you are currently Form 4, Form 5 students, the most important thing is because you need to know if you would like to go this program, which subject you must have good result. Like example, you would like to enter this program, international business program, then the most important thing is your mathematics subject, like must get at least a credit or at least pass, right? And then also bahasa Inggeris, also very important because some of the program require you to have a credit in English. Otherwise, if you didn't get credit for the English, you can enter some of the program, but then you need to go through English enhancement program. Okay, and basically you need to go through about 1 or 2 months. Okay, so yeah, for me, during your Form 4, Form 5, try to to do your best to get good result in SPM, because actually, right, the most important result is SPM, because SPM is the one what's it called, to enter which course that you interest is totally based on your SPM. Okay, like let's say if you are currently in science but you cannot do well in your science, then later on you have to change to art program already. All right, so and yeah, Priscilla and Mindy, I believe also every student in UTAR, you have the what we call the academic advisor, right, to help your if you have any problem with the subject, right? Is it correct? Maybe you could share with the audience what like maybe if you have any problem with the subject, have you like maybe meet with your academic advisor?
Yeah, I forgot to mention earlier actually when I said university is a positive environment, because you will actually assign an academic advisor for your entire part. Like for foundation, I had an academic advisor. Then for degree, I had another academic advisor. So we have to go and meet with them for every semester. It's it's compulsory. You have to go and meet, even though you're a problem-free student. You feel like your life is super peaceful. Still, you got to go and just have like chit chat with them. And most of our academic advisors are very friendly. You can just talk to them about even your personal issues. They'll be open, they'll be all ears, and they're always ready to help you. So you can never feel lonely in university. Like worst case scenario, you will have an academic advisor to talk to every semester, and you can even meet them more often if you want to. Like I love my degree academic advisor, Mr. Khairul. He is so friendly and he's so like open-minded type of person. Like we can literally sit and go to mama with him and have sessions with him. He's that nice. So yeah, you'll be assigned an academic advisor for you to share your scores, and they will have access to your attendance, to your results, like how you're doing every semester as well. So if you feel like you couldn't score, you have any problem, they are like a person where you can go and share your problems with, so they can give you a solution or like an advice.
Yeah, I see. Mingi, who is your academic advisor?
Miss Ngô Yi Ting.
I see. Okay. All right. So okay, guys. Priscilla and Mingi, thank you for the sharing session today. All right. Now we